Welcome, everybody. My name is Lisa Cohne, and I am the UETN, the Utah Education and Telehealth Network Community Partnerships Manager. And one of the projects that I manage is the Preschool Pioneer online library. And I am co-presenting today with Melanie Durfee of USBE, and she's going to introduce herself.
Hi, I work with the Digital Teaching and Learning Department at USBE, and I have been spending the past 9 months studying what's happening as teachers are teaching remotely and in a hybrid fashion. And I spent a lot of time thinking about what works, what doesn't work, what's probably good enough, and where we probably don't want to spend our efforts. And so I'm really excited to be here in preschool world.
And last year, Melanie and I presented all over the state. We loved it. And today we're going to be talking about taking a deeper dive into Preschool Pioneer and trying to adapt our learning to the online issues that Melanie's been studying, and that so many of you have been experiencing these challenges and opportunities. And we're going to try to go for what works best. And this is a Nearpod presentation. So if you want to go into the chat and where you see Nearpod from Jessica, if you want to click on that, you'll be able to access and participate, because one of the things that we know works best is when everybody can be engaged and be interactive. So you'll also I practiced with my son, and I just felt it was easier if you want to open another window or page to the preschool.uen.org. We'll be able to go in through Nearpod, but I do want people to be able to engage and kind of go around. So preschool.uen.org, you'll be able to use that as well. And here we are. So I am going to enter, this is the home page, and whoops, this is the home page. And I'm going to take you on a little tour, and then I'm going to ask you all to get engaged and do some fun things. As we take this deeper dive, I really want people to focus on these areas. And I thought it would be fun to think about January and come up with a theme and some lessons and let you all explore these themes and ideas. So before I get going, and then Melanie's going to do an activity and talk about some other things after, but please jump in or type in the chat. Oh, maybe you can't because of this is probably a kind of Zoom where you can't jump in, but please feel free to type into the chat. I have it open and I'll be watching for questions. If I went too fast, if you want me to show you something different, go ahead and type. And we do want this to be kind of a discussion and as much interactive and not so distant as possible. So the first place I'm going to go when I have an idea is I'm going to go to the activity calendars, and I'm going to go to January. And I like to start at the top, and we've had some new calendars added, but mine with Annie Fraser. I'm going to look at what she has: nursery rhymes, airplane food. Okay, I'm thinking about those. I'm going to go to Sharon Lay's winter, snow, mittens, IWM, our letters, 6 triangles, colors, black and white. Okay, I'm liking these. But I'm also going to go to my favorite January themed activities and crafts. And I don't know if any of you have been here before, but I love this because they have all the holidays and observances and links. So I'm keeping in mind what winter, the letter M, W, Australia Day is coming up, Martin Luther King Jr. Day just happened. Mozart's birthday, and Mozart composed the tune that we know, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, V for violin. Okay, I'm getting lots of ideas. It's also National Pet Travel Safety Day, Bird Day, Penguin Awareness Day, and yesterday was National Squirrel Appreciation Day. So I'm going to take all those things, and I think for my class, the participation code in Nearpod, I'm just going to go back. It's right here. And let me go back to where I was. I'm going to go back here to my calendar and activities and crafts and themes with all the information I've done. Australia Day. I think what I really am going to focus on are the letters M for Martin Luther King Jr. I'm going to think about Mozart also starts with M, and mittens. I just like how that all flows. And there's a lesson, hot chocolate lesson with marshmallows. And I am not seeing, my screen is taking a long time to load, so I'm not quite sure what you're all seeing here, but hopefully it is those things.
We're seeing the calendar.
Oh, there, okay. So the first thing I did is I went to the activity calendars. And now that I have my themes, I'm going to go to the standards, and I am going to look up the letter M in winter with mittens, marshmallows, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mozart. I'm going to think about fine arts, social studies, language arts, and science. Oops. And because I'm going to go back to the website, and right here under early childhood professional, it takes me right to the first thing on here are the standards. So I can click on there and take a deeper dive into the standards. And you can scroll through. I don't want to make anybody seasick, so I'll let you all scroll through at your, if you want to. Take a little time. You could look up some of the strategies and activities under English language arts for the letter M, fine arts for Mozart, math and science for winter and mittens, and social studies for MLK Jr. And that was one of the things, this is the strategies and activities, but if you go back up here into the standards, I love that under social studies, learning about our differences is one of the first ones in social studies. And again, it's, I don't want to scroll and make anybody dizzy, but go through and check and just spend a minute looking through the standards. And hopefully everybody's able to do that. Oh, thank you, Jessica, for typing that. All right. If you want, open up Preschool Pioneer in a different window. Preschool.uen.org is the link. And so we've done one. We went to the preschool activity calendar. We got some ideas. We went and found the strategies and connected those and standards. And the next few places I want you to explore, continue exploring the early childhood professional, parent and caregiver resources, Premedia, and if you need some guidance to get into Premedia, I should go back and show you those. other places as we take our deeper dive. I'm going to go home. So as you'll notice on the home, when we're home on the Preschool Pioneer, we always have highlights. And if you are not aware, there's been a new United Way and KSL opportunity 5 before 5. It's a great website. Jana and Egbert are some great science learning on our website. And then if you scroll down on the homepage, we also have lots and lots of games that I'll let you explore in a few minutes. And Jana and Egbert are some wonderful science opportunities. But I just quickly want to show you parent and caregiver resources. Always a great place to encourage not only you to get some great insights from Bright by Text and Vroom, but also some tips for parents preparing for school, these other resources that are adult resources. They're not games, except for apps for preschoolers. And I love that Jessica was so cute. She asked me if we'd ever thought about doing that. And I was really proud to be able to say, as a matter of fact, we haven't updated it in a while, but feel free to explore apps for preschoolers. If they cost money, these apps, we let you know which ones are free, etc. And they are kind of in the similar layout to the standards. Whoops. But one of the things that I'm most proud of is our UEN, the Utah Education Network, before the legislature merged us with telehealth. I love to say that education is our middle name. And it's really true because everything on here is educational. Everything on UEN TV, which is channel 9. We have a preschool hour, but we also have close to 400 videos, including numerous Daniel Tiger videos, and my favorite Up, Down, and Around, which we would find the letter M in Premedia. And sometimes my Premedia login is a little different than yours because of my UEN access. But if kids are going to be watching TV, we want to make sure, or if they're watching media, we want to make sure it's educational content, especially in early childhood. So to log into Premedia, I'm not going to log in with Cohne. I'm going to log in with the username is Premedia. Oops. And it's because I'm live that this is going slow. And then the password is always learn, LEARN numeral 1. And I should be able to log in. And I have been having trouble with my internet. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna let you all try, but that should work for most people. If not, definitely send me in the chat if you're struggling to get in there. But my internet's been funky all day. So I'm just happy that I'm here right now. But I'm going to have you all go through and play in all of these areas to try to find 5 resources that have to do with our themes. So try to find a resource in early childhood professional, in the calendar activities, under parent and caregiver with M, Martin Luther King Jr., Mozart, Premedia, if you can get in there, or even try to find some of the games that you think might be good for our themes, mittens, science, and let me go back here. just show you this slide, and then so try to find 5 resources in these areas, 1 from each area, and then we'll share them here. But I think it will be easier if I go back to the website and let you all have access and spend about 5 minutes checking out resources that might be helpful with our theme. And then either you can copy the link or just try to remember them, maybe write them down, take a little note. Okay, hopefully everybody's found some good resources. I'm gonna skip ahead here and ask you all to collaborate and share. Type in some of your ideas, a resource that you found that was really helpful in your deeper dive that had to do with the letter M or MLK, Mozart, mittens, winter, something that you didn't see before. And go ahead and hit those and post, and we'll share those for everybody to engage. If you have another window open and you want to copy and paste a link, that's fine. Thanks, Christy. Yay. Hopefully you were able to access Premedia. And I like that, you know, the Daniel Tiger, they're short and they are also about sharing and kindness with Daniel Tiger right now. So those are great. And yes, downloading those family calendar activities to send home, really great idea. Thank you for sharing, Julie. Anybody else? All right.
Oh, I was going to say, I really like the early learning activities that are connected with the standards. Because as you're trying to see if you can hit all those standards, it's nice to have them all, the suggested activities all laid out there so that you can do double duty or triple duty if possible.
That's right. Thanks, Melanie. You know, some of the other things under Learn and the STEM games under science, Cat in the Hat, it's all about science. There's a great weather activity where the screen changes with the weather and the temperature. It's a good math gauging. And Mozart, I love that if you dig a little deeper in the calendar activities, there's a great activity in there with listening to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, that actually the symphonic version from Mozart. And I think that's really fun for kids to begin to get a better appreciation of the fine arts with Mozart. And mittens, obviously you could do hands and lots of craft activities in there. So hopefully you had a chance to kind of take a deeper dive. And story creator, wonderful. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah. Really, I'm not sure of story creator, but I think you might be talking about in Premedia, the story, Draw Me a Story. I don't know if anybody found that, but that is a wonderful resource that's in Premedia, Draw Me a Story. As they're telling the story, they draw and it's very visual. even Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So, and Angie, oh yay, I'm glad you found the professional development resources. There's so much in there. And I think it's a fun place to get lost in when, when you're not busy with anything else. I always tell people, be careful when you hit those professional development resources, the blogs and the articles are really fascinating. So I wanted to show you one more thing. If you're not familiar with Nearpod, it is free for teachers. And if you work in a school district, you can probably get a higher access or more advanced access. But I would think it might be fun to do a VR, virtual reality, little field trip to the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Talk about size and, this statue is bigger than the trees, and do a little comparison. You can turn all the way around and see what's around there. The kids could even play and see, and just fun to go on a virtual field trip to Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Kind of timely. You can take the kids anywhere, actually. If you go to Nearpod, they have hundreds and hundreds of virtual reality and different field trips that you can take your students on. And you can do that by sharing, just like we are, through a Zoom meeting. So kind of a fun digital way to spend your time. And just remember to use best practices to keep, make sure you've got a good theme, that things tie into the standards with your theme. Dive deep into that. And we'll talk a little bit more about lessons learned. I don't think people will be able to give verbal interactions, but we do have some activities where we hope people will participate in the conversation. So I am going to turn the time over to Melanie.
Beautiful, thank you. So people can't talk. Can participants mute themselves and talk?
Yes, they can.
Oh, yes, they can. That is sweet. So I want to take a second. I spent my morning 3 hours of it in a 3-hour Zoom meeting. And I don't know if you've had the pleasure of that at all, but does anyone do you guys need a break? Do you want to go on? Do you want to take a 2-minute stretch your leg break, or are you ready to go? Can one of you or two of you unmute and give us what you think you want to do?
I'm good either way.
Christine, you did it. You unmuted yourself. Thank you. Christine says she's good either way. So the next person's going to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we have people wanting to keep going in the chat.
Oh, it does say keep going. Thank you, Julie, Terry, for your comments. So as I mentioned previously, I work in digital teaching and learning. I've been spending my last 9 months trying to figure out what's best, what's good enough, what's the least worst of how to do all of this quick online learning. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to demo a Zoom lesson, and that will be a starting off point. I will use what I've learned in K-12, and I will apply that to what the research I've done in preschool. So I'd like to demo a Zoom lesson for you, and then later we can talk about it to say, what are things that are really going to work well for me? What's going to be relevant for me? And what am I going to need to change to have it work for our students? Before we start, are there any burning questions about the research regarding online preschool? Do you guys have any thoughts or questions? Is there something that you would really like to have answered? I'll give you some thinking music. Did that music make you think? I'm sure that it did. Before we start, I'm not sure if you all have the opportunity to download materials for this presentation. Did anyone have the chance to do that?
No.
Nope. Okay. So what I'm trying to model is if you would send out an email to parents of your online students to say, we are, these are the materials for the week. Here's something that we're going to use every day this week. Could you print this out and have it ready for your child? So I am going to pretend like that's what I did for you. So I will make reference to things that you don't have. As I model this lesson, I ask that you model what a preschooler would do. There are 25 of you, so I don't suppose you'd ever have a preschool class with 25, but if it gets too unruly in this class that we're having, it's really okay with me because you're all in different houses and I don't have to put up with your extreme energy. So please feel free to get as wild as you would like. I'm going to stand up and turn around. And when I sit back down, we're going to be in preschool land. Ready? Okay, here I go. Preschool land. Hi, students. It's really great to see you. I see Amanda. I see Christine. I see Katie. JM. I see you too. Would you all ask your parents if it's okay if you turn on your cameras? Thank you, Frandy. It's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a long time. It's nice to see you. Thank you, Frandy. Oh, Jennifer, you've got your mask on. I like how you're being so safe. That's really great. Thank you so much for turning on your cameras because I don't get to see you all like I used to. So this is really nice for me. Oh, Christine, I see your window, but that's better than not seeing your window. So that's really
I'm having
nice.
technical difficulties right now.
Christine is?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Is everybody or just Christine? If you're okay, will you give me a thumbs up? Oh, good. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that thumbs up. So your parents printed out this packet of papers for you. Will you grab this packet of papers? I see Jennifer is going to get her papers or answer her phone. I'm not sure which. Good job, Jennifer. So, hi, Christine, I see you. So here are our papers. If you know what this is, will you yell out?
One.
This is one. Oh, I heard some really good yelling. Look at that. I'm going to take my one and put it on the floor.
What? Well, I can take it out and put it on the floor.
Who wants to yell this out?
Two.
Two. My one goes next to two. Hang on for just a second. I need to change who I am. Okay. I don't know what that looks like to you. Does that look? I'm trying to go for a number line. Is this on the correct side, or should I move it to the other side of it?
Oh, it's good.
You're good.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Be right back.
Choose a hoop.
Okay, you know what to do.
5, 3.
3, 5. We're going to get to 5 soon, but this is 3. This is 3, but we'll get to 5. What comes after 3?
4.
Mine is back.
What comes after 4?
2. 5.
2 is a good guess. 5.
5.
What comes after 5?
6. All I have is 6.
6. What comes after 6?
Actually, I have the real packet.
7. I see it. I see the 7.
Y'all are the best.
It's all good.
What comes after 7?
8. 8.
What comes after 8?
9.
9. And the last one is
11.
10. Whoever said 11, you're one ahead of us. So I'm going to put on some music, and I'd like you to jump from number to number, and let's count together. Here comes the music.
Pretend. Yeah, because you don't want to slip. No, these are slippery.
And as soon as we jump on a number, let's tell each other what the number is. Ready? 1. 2.
2.
3.
3.
4.
4.
5.
5.
6. 7.
7.
7.
8.
8.
9.
9.
10.
10.
10.
Okay, see how many numbers you can step on in the next 10 seconds. Go.
I stepped on all of them.
This is where I ended. What number is this?
3.
3.
3. How many fingers? What does 3 fingers look like? Let's count them. 1,
1, 2,
2,
3.
3. So I want you to ask for your parents' help if they're around. If not, I want you to find 3 things that are the same in your house. So I'm going to turn the music on and I want you to run around and find 3 things. So what I might do is I might say, oh, 3 pads of paper.
All of us with our pens.
1, 2, 3. How many pads of paper do I have?
3.
3. Okay, I'm going to put some music on and I want you to find something in your house. 3 of the same things. Do you have any questions before I turn on the music?
Nope.
Okay, here I go. Let's do it. Whoa, this is really amazing. Jennifer, what do you have?
I have 3 teachers with 3 elephants.
You have 3 teachers with 3 elephants? Wow, you have lots of friends.
I do.
Hi, teachers. Jessica, what do you have?
That's why we.
I have 3 spools of thread.
Oh, what colors are those, Jessica?
Orange, green, and yellow.
Orange, green, and yellow. Angie, what do you have?
Can't do it all in my hand. 3 bottles.
Angie has 3 bottles.
Love
1,
it.
2, 3. What's in the bottles, Angie?
Well, they're empty now, but it was Coke Zero and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Nice. Fuel. Lisa, what do you have?
Is there more than one?
I
Lisa?
have 3.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, go ahead, the other Lisa. Go.
Oh, there's so many Lisas.
I have Post-its, pink, yellow, and green.
Lisa has 1, 2, 3 Post-its. The other Lisa, what do you have?
I have 3 friends from Sesame Street. Cookie Monster, Grover, and Big Bird.
Nice. Amanda, what do you have?
I have 3 plastic lizards, green, yellow, and orange.
1, 2, 3 lizards. Rachel's iPad, what do you have? Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, I have 3 mugs.
3 mugs. What is
Yes.
in your mugs?
I have Pepsi in one and water in the other.
Nice. Camille, what do you have?
I have 3 spoons.
1, 2, 3.
2 are pink and 1 is yellow.
What do you have, Amanda?
I still have 3 lizards.
You still do?
Yes.
Since the last time I asked you 30 seconds ago. Nice. Let's see. I think I'm missing one person.
It's me, Christine.
Yes,
I have
Christine.
I have 3 markers, green, purple, and pink.
Thank you, Christine. Did I get everybody's markers? I did everyone's 3s?
I had 3 books.
Oh, who said that?
Frandy.
I missed you. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Well, kids, we're going to do this again tomorrow when we meet. And tomorrow we're going to be looking for 7 of the same things. So you might want to spend some time looking at that. Thanks for coming to school today. Bye. Okay. So, what techniques did you observe that might be useful?
Are we supposed to answer that?
Yes. How do you do that? Do you just click by your name?
I just unmuted me. I don't know what the heck's
So
happening.
Lisa is looking at the teacher version of Nearpod, but if you go back to your Nearpod screen, you can enter. Lisa, you have to unshare in order for us to continue to edit.
And if someone wants to talk instead of type, that's awesome. I get tired of typing.
I like the interaction.
Let's do it. Let's interact.
I like talking.
That was my answer anyways.
Okay, so I have to unshare.
Yeah, because when you shared it, then we can't type anymore.
Uh-oh.
It like ends the.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'll stop sharing.
I think Melanie was saying we can just talk out too.
Okay. Oh, look what Jennifer has. 3 children. I just read that in the chat. Oh, and Terry has 3 hearts. Candy hearts. Feel free to type or talk.
Melanie, can I read what Jennifer, Rebecca, Juliana ask each kiddo by name? Julie said, get the kids physically engaged. And those are what I have on this end.
Okay.
I like the visual of how you didn't just talk to them. You had things for them printed out, or you printed things out and you acted stuff out and they got to watch you do it.
Cool. Well, I did some things that were really specific because I wanted to highlight what the research has said. And so if we can go to that next Nearpod slide, you can see the things that I was hoping to emphasize. One of the things that's really important is to keep activities short. One of the mistakes that some teachers have made, well, with going to online learning, is they're trying to have their online classes exactly the same as their in-person classes. And it's quite obvious you can't do that with preschoolers. You've got to keep the activities short. Is it the best teaching to have really short activities online for preschoolers? I don't know, but in some cases it's all we've got. So it's best to keep the activities short and not make the parents feel bad that they can't control their kids. I would think that with the activity that I did with the music and the dancing and the moving, that the kids would be engaged, but they wouldn't be still. And they might be going to other parts of the house. And while they're looking for things that were free of something, they might have lost their focus and been doing something else. And I just would want to encourage the parents just to let that happen. Don't make them sit still in front of the screen. And we already talked about getting kids moving. And then one of the things, I had a preschool teacher ask me, what's the most important thing for them to learn? Because they can't learn everything. I don't know. But whenever possible, make your lessons do double or triple duty. See if you can hit one or at least 2 or maybe even 3 standards with an activity. So I tried to do counting, I tried to do number line, and I tried to do like one-on-one objects, like one object is 1, another object is 2. So that's what I was going for on that. Any thoughts or comments? What about this would work in your world?
And I think people should just unmute and have a conversation. So
okay.
Just there's the question.
Oh, repetitive counting of 3.
I just think, oh,
sorry. I love the music. I feel like that livens things up, and we use music a lot in the classroom, and I feel like we might forget to do that when it's virtual.
I think too, at the very beginning, when you were talking about that you were going to be a preschool class, and when you turned around and you made that very interactive, because I feel like kids need that behavior expectation to know when I turn around, we're going to be students now. And I think that sets you up for the success of your lesson.
Interesting. I was just doing a comedy bit. I thought it was funny. I didn't know it was going to be useful. Thank you. There's one topic that I'd really like to think about. We have 2 minutes left, and this will be the next Nearpod slide. And this is a discussion just for us to have out loud talking. And that is what can we keep? What have we learned in the past year, and what can we keep?
I left my home. I need to lock the conference room.
I know what I want to keep, but I don't know if it's realistic or not. So as we go back to in person and normal, what are you hoping that we can keep from this experience?
I think the parent engagement is going to be critical, actually.
I do too, because kids can't just learn everything in preschool. They need to learn it at the grocery store. They need to learn it while they're cooking with their parents. They need to know, they need to learn it while they're gardening. And right now, parents are so concerned.
I'm not so good at all this computer stuff.
Are you having problems?
I can't keep.
Jessica, family engagement is so important. So they can't learn everything from their preschool teacher. And you and I know that, but I don't know that the parents knew that. And maybe they know it now, that the parents need to jump in and engage. One wish that I have, my background is in math. My wish is that parents spent as much time with numeracy as they did with reading with their children. So I'm hopeful that that happens. It's 2:50. Ooh, I can't, I just got distracted by a really, keeping parents aware of each week's lessons and topics. Angie, that is really awesome. That would be amazing if that could happen. I like that. That's really something to work for. Well, it's 2:50. Last words of wisdom before we go. What do you want USBE to know? I take that as everything. Please feel free to contact us if there's something that you think that we all need to know. I enjoyed my time. Thanks for having me.
And me, thank you.
Thanks for all your work, Lisa.
This was really fun. I hope that we get to see you in person next year. Be safe.
Be safe. Thanks. Bye-bye.